She is so sad, so much in despair. She is wishing Cesario a happy married life, and she is thinking about the wife who's going to be a lucky woman. Typical. Hello and welcome back to NibblePop. We are doing a thorough textual reading and analysis of William Shakespeare's play Twelfth Night. We have already completed the first two acts, and today in this video we are going to look at the first scene of the third act. Now this scene is divided mostly into two parts. The first part where we will see Cesario, that is Viola dressed as a boy, speaking to the fool Feste, and in the second part of this scene we will see Cesario in close encounter with none other than Olivia. So this is going to be a long scene, and you should not skip any part of this video because there are very important lines, especially from the point of view of exams. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so that you stay connected and get notified every time a new video comes up. This is Monami Mukherjee. Welcome once again. Now, as the scene opens, there are different ways of starting the scene. You see, in some of the productions, we see the fool, that is Feste, he is playing on a musical instrument and also beating on a small drum. And in some of the productions, we see him entering while playing the musical instrument. Anyway, we see Viola and the fool Feste playing on pipe and tabor. Viola is the one who starts speaking. The setting is in front of Olivia's house, so it looks like Viola is about to enter there when she comes across this fool. Save thee, friend, and thy music. Now, we know that earlier in a previous scene, Viola had already met Feste, like more than once, in the court of Orsino, and there she had learned that this person is the fool of Olivia's house. So she knows Feste beforehand. Save thee, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by thy tabor? So tabor is this small drum. So she is asking, do you live by playing on this instrument? Is this your profession? No, sir, I live by the church. Now the word living by something has different kinds of meanings. One meaning is it refers to somebody's profession. Okay, so I live by selling this, or I live by playing music. So the first sentence refers to living by thy tabor, as in living by playing music. That is the profession. The clown or the fool, he changes the meaning of living by something and makes it as if he is living beside something. And in this case he says, I live by the church. He says, I live beside the church. Okay. Art thou a churchman? Now Viola, since she had used the word living by as in a profession, she is asking, then is church a part of your profession? Are you a churchman? No such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house doth stand by the church. So here by means at the side of. So thou mayest say, the king lies by a beggar, if a beggar dwell near him. So by your logic, if a king is living at the side of a house where a beggar stays, does it mean that the king is living by the beggar? Or the church stands by thy tabor, if thy tabor stand by the church? So now they are playing with words and meanings of expressions. And this is very natural because we have seen the fool as a very witty person, and well, for us till now all other characters except Maria, of course, have no such expression of wit except Viola. Viola is also a very witty person. So when two witty people, like when two very intelligent people, they start talking, of course they will play with words, they will use witty expressions, okay, and that creates a lot of humor as well. You have said, sir, to see this age, a sentence is but a chevril glove. Chevril glove is a glove made of a young goat's skin. So that is a very flexible thing. And here the clown or Feste is comparing a sentence to a flexible glove, because if you know how to change the use of words, if you know how to manipulate words, you can make a sentence change its meaning according to your desire. So it becomes a flexible thing. A sentence is not a fixed thing here. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward. Now, if it's a flexible glove and you simply pull it out, it will quickly turn the wrong side out. Similarly, a sentence can be very flexible if used by a witty person, especially in these modern times, according to Feste. Nay, that's certain. They that dally nicely with words may quickly make them wanton. Now, wanton means normally a licentious person, somebody who has disputable character, okay. Another meaning of wanton in this case is equivocal, okay. Equivocal means when one word is supposed to mean something, but it can also mean something else, and sometimes totally opposite things. Okay, so words are often used by people to not state something but to confuse people. That is equivocation. This we have seen in case of the prophecy of the witches in Macbeth. There we have talked about equivocation at length. So when a person dallies with words, plays with words, then the words lose their fixity of meaning. They start to mean different things, and that is not something which is liked by people, because that is used to confuse people also, okay. I would therefore, my sister had no name, sir. Why, man? Why, sir? Her name is a word, and to dally with that word might make my sister wanton. So if somebody's name is a word and people dally with words and those words lose their character, that means if my sister has a name and somebody dallies with that name, she will also lose her character. So wanton is that. In some of the publications, we have the word want one instead of wanton. That also makes sense when he says that my sister's name is a word. If somebody plays with her name, then she will need another name. So she will want one, because she will lose her name, and usually name means somebody's fame, somebody's prestige in society, all right? But indeed, words are very rascals, since bonds disgraced them. Bonds means earlier, when people used to take money from someone, they would just put in a word that I will give it back to you, and that would suffice. But then people started cheating other people, and therefore bonds were introduced, where you had to sign a contract that I have taken this much of money, and now I am signing it off that I pledge to return this to you sometime. And then there are bonds of companies, okay, where the company is giving you a kind of a legal right to a share of its properties. Anyway, so bonds are needed because words are not enough. Bonds prove that human beings cannot be trusted only by their words. All right? Thy reason, man, why are you saying this? Truth, sir, I can yield you none without words. Now you are asking me reason. In order to give reason, I will have to use words. But words are, they are fluid things. They don't mean anything in a certain way. And people use words to actually lie about things. So if I give you reasons, then I will be giving you reasons using words, which means something else altogether. And words are grown so false, I am loath to prove reason with them. I don't want to even talk about words, using words, because, well, nothing is meaningful at best. I warrant thou art a merry fellow, and carest for nothing. So Viola is making a statement about Feste's happy-go-lucky character, the way he's speaking. Okay, it's merry nature. Not so, sir, I do care for something. But in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. If that be to care for nothing, sir, it would make you invisible. I don't care about you. So if you are saying that I don't care about nothing, then you equals to nothing. So he is again using words to make a humorous statement here. Viola wants to change the topic. She wants to come to the point. Art not thou the Lady Olivia's fool? So are you not the person who is the official fool at Olivia's household? This is what Viola means. But look at the reply that Clown gives. No, indeed, sir. The Lady Olivia has no folly. So when you say that somebody has fool, it also means that somebody has foolishness. And the Clown says that no, Lady Olivia does not have any folly. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married. It's as if marriage is seen in a sarcastic light by the fool, and he's saying that Olivia right now has no fool. The moment she gets married, she will have a fool, which means husbands are fools. And fools are as like husbands as pilchards are to herrings. The husbands, the bigger. So he is going on making fun of marriage, of husbands. I am indeed not her fool, but her corrupter of words. I am not her fool, because her husband would be her fool. I am like somebody who plays with words in front of her. I saw thee late at the Count Orsino's. Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. Well, I'm like the sun, because in a way, foolishness is not something which stays at one place. People can be foolish all the time, all over the world. So he says that I am like the sun who moves around. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with your master as with my mistress. Now this means two things. First is trying to say that he can be at Orsino's place as much as he can be at Olivia's place. So he is not bound to either. So he can freely go anywhere he wants. The second meaning is Olivia is as much a fool as Orsino, and therefore foolishness can move around to both their houses because both of them are fools. So he is comparing Orsino to Olivia, and somehow we feel that this comparison is not that much wrong because both of them are having so much illusions, especially about love. I think I saw your wisdom there. So somehow the fool could detect a kind of intelligence in Viola when he saw her at the court of Orsino. Nay, and thou pass upon me, I'll no more with thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee. So Viola, we have seen that she always maintains this stand, this aristocratic stand. Earlier when she was dealing with the sea captain, she gave him some money. Now she is giving the fool a coin as if to somehow establish the economic transaction between the two, and the clown accepts the money happily, but not so happily once more. First he praises her. Now Jove, in his next commodity of hair, send thee a beard. So it's like, I hope you grow into a man soon. We know that Viola, she is dressed up as Cesario, and in her disguise she's not wearing any beard. It's difficult to have a beard, and if suddenly something goes wrong, it falls off, things would be awkward. So she must have chosen not to wear any hair about her face, and that makes everybody feel that she is a very young boy. And well, the fool wants her or him to have a beard soon. By my troth, I'll tell thee, I am almost sick for one. So she's playing along, but she's saying right after this in an aside that she rather would not have any beard, of course. though I would not have it grow on my chin. Then she again speaks to Feste. Is thy lady within? Would not a pair of these have bread, sir? Now, Viola had given the fool a coin earlier. The coin is in the hands of the fool. He is looking at the coin, and then he says, will this coin remain a single coin, or will it breed into more? That is, he's asking for more right now. Yes, being kept together, put to use. So if you invest this coin, if you use it well, it will bring another coin. So that is a hard way out. That's not a shortcut. But what the clown means is, you have to give me one more. I would play Lord Pandarus of Phrygia, sir, to bring a Cressida to this Troilus. Now he compares this coin to Troilus, and he says that I will do my best to bring a Cressida to it. The Cressida and Troilus, they were a couple, and Lord Pandarus of Phrygia, he was like a middleman who wanted to do something to bring them together. So he wants this coin to have a girlfriend, which means he wants another coin for himself. I understand you, sir. It's well begged. Okay, you are very witty, and I will give you one more coin. The matter, I hope, is not great, sir. Begging but a beggar. Cressida was a beggar, so it's okay to be a beggar. Fine. My lady is within, sir. Okay, so you may go now. I will conster to them whence you come. I will tell them about your arrival. Who you are and what you would are out of my welkin. But I don't know why you have come here. I don't know the purpose of your visit, so I can't tell anything about that. I'll just give an announcement about your arrival. I might say element, but the word is overworn. So this is what he says and leaves. This fellow is wise enough to play the fool. Now, to be a professional fool, somebody who must make fun of others, you need to be very, very intelligent too. And this Viola understands. And this is a speech where she gives a recognition to the kind of efforts that a fool has to make to create that humor through words. And to do that well craves a kind of wit. So Viola gives recognition to the intelligence of the fool. He must observe their mood on whom he jests. So she is giving an account of the things that a fool should do to ensure that his humor reaches across. First thing is, the fool must observe the mood of the people he is with, the quality of persons. Now, if he is with Sir Andrew, he can't make a very intelligent joke. Andrew wouldn't understand. So he has to assess the quality, the nature, the mood of the person in front of him to make an effective, funny talk or conversation. And the time, and like the haggard, check at every feather. Haggard is like a hawk. You know, you have to prick and check at every feather to see the potential food which you can obtain. So a fool has to be very meticulous, and he cannot skip anything. When he looks at a person, he has to get every idea about all aspects of that person. That comes before his eye. This is a practice as full of labor as a wise man's art. So earlier, Malvolio had talked in a very derogatory manner. He had kind of dismissed the fool as a stupid person, as a person who should not be given any importance. But here we get a different kind of appreciation for the efforts that a fool has to make, the kind of intelligence that a fool has to have from Cesario. For folly that he wisely shows is fit, because a fool has to show great wisdom and great intelligence. But wise men, folly fallen, quite taint their wit. So she knows about the world. She knows about the kind of foolishness that otherwise wise people exhibit. And she feels that compared to those so-called wise men, the fool here is showing so much more wisdom. And this is not just what she says. It's the idea that Shakespeare puts forward in play after play. We see characters showing brilliance when they are playing the fool. Shakespearean fool is not just about silly time-wasting word games. Shakespearean fool is about a way of looking at the world, a way of putting across a philosophy of existence. Shakespearean fool is about laying bare the ribs of society. So Shakespearean fools are different. And Viola realizes this. Anyway, so Toby and Sir Andrew enter right when she's talking about wise men, folly fallen. Then we have Andrew, the real foolish person in the play. They are behaving quite well with Viola, it seems, because they are offering their courtesies. Save you, gentlemen, and you, sir. Andrew is greeting using a foreign language. Dieu vous garde, monsieur. Et vous aussi, votre serviteur. I'm sure I have made a disastrous pronunciation mistake here, but anyway, this is French. What I want to say is Viola is capable of replying in a foreign language, and somehow her linguistic skills, at least on a conversation level, is established in the promptness with which she replies Sir Andrew. I hope, sir, you are and I am yours. So the last thing that Viola says, it means I am your servant. So it's like a courtesy. Will you encounter the house my niece is desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her? Now, why are they behaving in this polite manner? First of all, they are dependent on Olivia. Toby is dependent on Olivia. And he knows that Olivia has a liking for this young man. So better not infuriate him. And they had earlier seen that this young man can be very rowdy and rude. So they want to avoid repeating their mistakes which they had done earlier. So they are pretty polite here. Now, while Viola is going to enter Olivia's house, I'm just skipping a few lines here, mostly foolish talk by Toby and Viola. We see Olivia and Maria, they are coming out. So Viola faces Olivia right at the entrance. And looking at Olivia, Viola is using a very official greeting. Most excellent, accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you. So it's a very high-handed, very verbose way of greeting. And look at the reaction that Andrew gives. That youth's a rare courtier. Rain odors. Well, so wow, look at the words he's using. That's real courtier-like words. Andrew is always thinking about ways to learn more English, learn more stylish words, stylish expressions, and he is very attracted to the way in which this young man is addressing Olivia. My matter hath no voice, lady, but to your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear. What she means is, my message is only for you. Nobody else is supposed to hear it. But she uses such bombastic words, and Andrew is so impressed. Odors, pregnant, vouchsafed. Now he's trying to learn all these words. I'll get them all three already. I'm going to memorize these words. I'm going to use them in front of ladies. Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing. Olivia wants to be left alone with this young man. Okay, so all of them, except these two, they move out. Give me your hand, sir. This is unusual. Usually it's the man who asks for the hand, or rather takes the hand of the woman in front of him. Olivia is kind of going through a change of roles, it seems. Like everybody is doing what they are not supposed to do according to social dictates. Olivia is asking for the hand of this man. My duty, madam, and most humble service. Viola offers her hand. What is your name? Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess. So, Viola is very official, speaking with a courteous manner, as if she is trying to maintain a distance, an emotional distance from her. My servant, sir? It was never merry world, since lowly feigning was called compliment. Are you trying to give me a compliment? But you're calling yourself a servant. Is that a compliment for me? You are a servant to the Count Orsino, youth, and he's yours, and his must needs be yours. So I am Orsino's servant. Orsino is your servant. So in a way, I'm your servant's servant. Okay. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam. Olivia does not want to talk about Orsino, and she says, for him, I think not on him. Please don't talk about him. For his thoughts, they were blanks rather than filled with me. I wish he never thought about me. Madam, I come to whet your gentle thoughts on his behalf. Whetting is when you make a knife sharper. So Viola says that I want you to have more intense feelings for him. So I've come here to sharpen your feelings for him. Oh, by your leave, I pray you. I bade you never speak again of him. I told you, don't speak about Orsino, please. But would you undertake another suit? Suit is application, proposal. Don't talk about Orsino. But if you want to make another proposal about a different person, I had rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres. I would love to hear that. So what she's trying to say is, please propose to me on your own behalf, not on Orsino's behalf. Dear lady. Now Olivia interrupts Viola. Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did here, a ring in chase of you. So look at the words she is using. First, she is feeling a bit guilty about the fact that she had sent a ring, which she thinks is an unmaidenly thing to do. So she's trying to apologize for that, but she's using the word enchantment. And she's saying that you came here last time and you did some magic on me. And your enchantment made me do things which I don't know why I did. I sent a ring after you. And she's trying to justify that. So I did abuse myself. So it was not something which a lady should have done. So I was abusing my position. My servant, because she had sent it through Malvolio. So she was kind of cheating Malvolio too. She was giving Malvolio the wrong information. And I fear me, you. Somehow I put you in an awkward position. Under your hard construction must I sit. So you can judge me if you want. So I'm sitting under this hard judgment which you can have about me. To force that on you in a shameful cunning, it was out of line. I shouldn't have done that. Which you knew none of yours. You knew that the ring wasn't yours. But I put you in a situation, an awkward situation. What might you think? Have you not set mine honor at the stake and baited it with all the unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? So she's so full of emotions here, and she's thinking about the impression which Cesario might have had about Olivia from this whole act of cunning. And she says, enough is shown. I have given you so much information about my feelings. This is so unwanted. This is not expected of a woman. And she feels exposed. And she says, a cypress, not a bosom, hides my heart. So I'm so exposed. My heart is all open to you now. So let me hear you speak. This is so bold, straightforward. She's telling Cesario that I've fallen for you. Cesario, Viola, through this whole explosion of emotion, was probably just staring at Olivia, and all she can say is, I pity you. That's a degree to love. Okay, you can start by pitying me, then you can begin to, grow affection for me. So look at the line of logic that Olivia is taking. Isn't it the same kind of line of logic that Orsino takes? Orsino also feels that, oh, She doesn't have feelings for me, but she has feelings for her brother. So when her love for brother will go away, she will love me. Strange kind of logic. Here also she is saying that you pity me, that is very happy thing, because then that can develop into love. So she refuses to see reality. That is why I think Feste is so right in saying that Olivia and Orsino are both fools almost from the same point of view. No, not a grace. No, pity is not something related to love. And the logic she gives is very, very straightforward. For it's a vulgar proof that very often we pity enemies. So pity doesn't always mean that it's going to grow into love. We also pity people who are our enemies, and somehow when we are about to finish them off, we have pity on them. Does that mean that we'll start loving them? No. Olivia gets her answer. She feels dejected, and her reaction is that of acceptance, but not acceptance. She says, why then? Methinks it's time to smile again. Okay, then I think that's it. I don't have any hopes then. Oh world, how apt the poor are to be proud. But she says that it's okay that Cesario doesn't love her. But she's so proud of her love because she loves somebody who is worthy of falling in love for. If one should be a prey, how much the better to fall before the lion than the wolf. She's comparing Orsino to a wolf. She's comparing Cesario to a lion. And she's saying it's better I fall in love with a lion than be trapped by a wolf. Then the clock strikes. Shakespeare, who does not use many stage directions, he just writes enters, exit, aside, that much. He is using a stage direction here. So whenever Shakespeare uses this kind of additional stage direction, okay, remember if you have read Macbeth already, owl hoots, okay, then bell rings, these are very important. So why is the striking of the clock important here? Because earlier, Viola, when she was so confused about how to solve things, she was talking about time. The time should unravel this, not me. Clock represents time. And somehow, it's like a call of assurance. Time is telling them that don't feel so much despair. Time will solve whatever troubles you're having now. Olivia, she also hears the clock and she says, the clock upbraids me. She thinks the clock is rebuking her, scolding her, upbraids me with the waste of time. I'm reminded of how much time I'm wasting. Be not afraid, good youth. I will not have you. It's okay. You don't have to be afraid of me. I'm not going to chase you down. I'm not going to harass you. I'm not going to marry you. And yet, when wit and youth is come to harvest, so when you grow up, when you become mature, your wife is like to reap a proper man. She is so sad, so much in despair. She is wishing Cesario a happy married life, and she is thinking about the wife who's going to be a lucky woman. Typical. There lies your way, due west. Okay, you leave. And when she says due west, why does she say this? Because, I don't know, maybe she thinks Cesario is like the sun in her life, and the only way the sun goes is west, when it just goes and sets off. So it's like a sunset of her life, and the sun should go towards west. Or maybe technically Orsino's house was on the western side, and so go towards west can mean that, like literally walk towards the western direction. There are other references. So many references are possible from these lines. Multiple ways of interpreting this when sailors say westward ho, which means that let's go on a journey. So she is wishing him a journey ahead, a new journey of life, like bidding farewell. Very, very sad expression here. Then westward ho. Okay, then I'll leave. Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. Cesario feels relieved that okay, fine, I'm leaving. And then she asks Olivia for the last time, "You will nothing, madam, to my lord by me? You don't want to give a message to Orsino?" Olivia is so desperate right now. "Stay, I prithee, tell me what thou thinkest of me." She doesn't want to talk about Orsino, not right now. She wants to know how Cesario feels about her. "That you do think you are not what you are." Viola is trapped. She wants to escape this place. And then she is almost blabbering. You don't think you know what you are. That's kind of thing she's wanted to say. "If I think so, I think the same of you. Yes, you are right that I don't know who I am. I don't know what I should be. But do you know who you are? Then think you're right. I am not what I am." Now, the audience, they understand the real meaning of Viola's words. That, yes, of course, Viola is Cesario at this moment, but she is not Cesario in reality. So she is not what she is. But Olivia doesn't know all these things. She is thinking that, okay, this means that this man is saying that he does not love me and is also saying that I am not what I am. So maybe there is a chance he is in love with me but is unable to say it. "I would you were as I would have you be. I want you to be the man which you are not able to be right now. Would it be better, madam, than I am?" Viola knows that if she reveals her identity to Olivia, it would crush her, destroy her. So she is asking that, "Are you sure if you really found out who I am, or if I would be who I really am, it will be good?" "I wish it might, for now I am your fool." "Well, you're playing the fool with me. You're making fun of me." So Viola knows that the only way of escape right now is some anger, some false anger, which might make her manage to escape the place. She is trying to look very serious. "I don't think I'm making a fool of me." Olivia speaks in an aside, looking at the face of Cesario. It's probably looking more beautiful because it is looking so angry now. "Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip. A murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love that would seem hid." She thinks that his anger is a way to hide his emotions. She thinks that Cesario is showing anger to hide his love. And she's saying that murder cannot be hid, love cannot be hid. Love's night is noon. It's so revealing. Love will be revealed at the end. And then she speaks to Cesario directly. "Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so." Well, she says it, finally. "That mocker all thy pride, despite all your proud nature. Nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. I know you're a proud man, but I can't hide my feelings for you. Do not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I woo, thou therefore hast no cause." Now she gives a strange kind of a statement. She's saying that, okay, I propose to you. Don't make this a reason for not proposing to me. Don't think that she is a very straightforward woman. Therefore, she is undesirable. Please, I told you that I love you, but that doesn't mean you can't say that you love me too. She is so desperate. But rather reason thus with reason fetter, love sought is good, but given unsought is better. This is very pitiful of her. I really feel so sorry for her right now. She is desperate to get love from this man, and she is begging it over and over again. No more hints. She is so straightforward. By innocence, I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has. She can't tell Olivia about her female identity, but she vents out. We understand the real meaning of her words, that she has one heart, and that heart belongs to Orsino. That heart belongs to no woman. She cannot love a woman. And this situation is so complicated that she can't go away from this place without telling this woman some consoling things. And she's saying what? That she's only saying things that's making matters worse. Save I alone, and so adieu, good madam. Never more will I my master's tears to you deplore. I will not come here again, crying for Orsino. I will not come here again. Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayst move that heart which now abhors to like his love. Please, you should come again. Maybe if you come again, I might start liking that person whom I hate now, I abhor now. Such desperation. She loves Cesario so much that she doesn't care why Cesario comes. She wants Cesario to come again and again, just to look at him. I really feel sorry for her. She has lost her father, lost her brother. There's this man who's going on, almost harassing her with proposals. And then she falls in love, and she cannot understand why. Why is she rejected? She's given no proper reason. He's not even saying that he has a girlfriend. We can judge Olivia to be hasty, to be immature in the way she's behaving. She is behaving almost like Orsino. She is not accepting any refusal, just like Orsino is not accepting any refusal. But her state is not like Orsino. Her state is of more desperation. Maybe because she is a woman. Maybe because it's more difficult for her to declare her love. It's not a glorifying thing. It's a thing of shame. And she is ready to take that chance. Because for her, Cesario is the way to escape every bitterness of life. But is she really in love with Cesario? Or is she in love with the idea of loving Cesario? With this question, I'll finish today's scene. We will come to the next scene in my next video, where we will see again Toby, Andrew, Fabian, and the household of Olivia. So the plot moves from plot to subplot and to main plot again. This movement gives the audience the kind of emotional roller coaster ride which Shakespeare wants us to have. This is Act 3. We are approaching the climax. The action is going to be more and more intense as we go towards that highest point. So thank you for being with me here today on this long video. I really enjoyed teaching this scene to you. I would love to hear your comments. Please keep writing, please keep studying, and please don't forget to have those special timeouts for entertainment, because if you are only studying, life gets so boring. Alright then, this is Monami Mukherjee signing off. Meet you all in my next video. Till then, stay happy, stay subscribed. Bye-bye.